Full time in Bournemouth. Bournemouth 1, Arsenal 2. Arsenal back in winning form. It's a really good result as well against a Bournemouth side who've been one of the surprises really of this season. They've bought very well in the summer. They've changed things up a bit tactically. Unai Emery changed things up tactically in this game. I mean, predicting his starting 11s is becoming more and more difficult. I mean, you never know quite what he's going to do. Today he surprised a lot of people by switching to a back three. It's something I talked about, the possibility of him doing, simply because we don't have a proper left-back who's comfortable in a back four with Monreal injured, and because I think most of our centre-halves, particularly Holding and Mustafi, look better in a back three than they do in a four. I didn't expect to see it, though, but we did. We did today with Sokratis playing in the middle, Holding to his left, Mustafi to his right. Kolasinac and Bellerin as the wing-back, Xhaka and Torreira, of course, in midfield. And the other big surprise, I guess, was leaving Mesut Ozil out. Although I found it telling, when that team was announced, all the chat was about the three centre-halves online. Very few people remarking even on the fact that Mesut Ozil didn't play, which I think tells you something about his form and something about, I think, our expectations of him in away games in the Premier League at this point. I think we are realistic about how much he is going to contribute in those kinds of games. It was Iwobi and Mkhitaryan who got the nod behind Aubameyang. Lacazette still suffering with a slight injury. But it was not a good performance. And as much as this was a great result, I do think it was another one of those games. There's been many in this season where we got the result. We improved as the game went on. But I don't think we ever quite hit our stride. Bournemouth, I think, will feel a little hard done by. Particularly, I suppose, given the fashion in which we went ahead. A fantastic own goal. The stuff dreams are made of, really, in terms of own goals. I mean, Lee Dixon would have been proud of it. Kolasinac ball on the overlap pulled back and thundered into his own net by the midfielder. But 1-1 before half-time and right on the brink of half-time too. We had the ball at the other end of the pitch, a little bit of quick-ins playing around the box. Iwobi, I think, tried to pirouette in the box, conceded possession. Bournemouth broke, and we just did not get back well enough. We had overcommitted. That was our first major issue. And then once we had been caught out, there were too many players jogging, not enough recovery to shape. Maybe in our heads we thought the referee's going to blow for half-time, but we were punished. And it struck me in that moment, actually. I was watching Kolasinac kind of trundling back towards his own half so slowly. And yet in the second half, we had a counter-attack going forward, and he was the man furthest forward, sprinting faster than anybody else. He really is so much more physically impressive going forward than back. It must be a psychological thing for him. He thinks like an attacker. And thank God he does in some respects, because he got a second assist of the day. After a lovely through ball by Iwobi, squaring in the second half for Aubameyang to slide home. Aubameyang will feel pleased that he started centre forward, got another goal, took him into double figures for the season. It wasn't a brilliant display from him. He wasn't particularly involved in the game, but then he's never going to be. But he was in the right place at the right time with a very good finish. And he might have had a couple more today, actually, particularly in the first half. Fired a great effort just over the near post. Anyway, Bournemouth gave us a couple of late scares. Stanislas probably should have scored inside the box. Mustafi gave away a needless foul on the edge of the box in stoppage time. Of course he did. What do we expect? Look, I thought it was not the most convincing, and I don't think there was anything there for Emery to say, I love this back three. I'm going to stick with it here henceforth. But we got there, and we were committed, and we were physical when we needed to be, and we were certainly in the second half more organised than we had been. I thought Lucas Torreira was very good today on a game where Granit Xhaka was kind of in and out, quite absent in the first half. Torreira was excellent, hit the post, some great interceptions, very busy. Another really good performance from him. I actually thought going forward, Alex Iwobi had quite a positive game. I know some people criticised him for giving the ball away on the second goal. I thought there was a lot that was encouraging and penetrative about what he did on the day, and I thought that was exemplified in his pass for the ultimate winner. Anyway, we've got the Europa League now in midweek. The trip to, is it Vorskla? It is Vorskla. With Spurs on Sunday, let's hope that is a very weakened squad. We just don't need to be risking too much at this stage in that competition. But 3 points today, and the Premier League's back. Glad to see it. Cheers, guys.